Yes, in this class, we will discuss another problem on BMP and SFD. It is a question paper problem of January 2021. Draw BMP and SFD and also find the maximum bending moment. So, in this problem, he has given triangular load. That's why I have considered this problem, and one concentrated load and also an external moment. So it is a overhanging beam. A and B are simple supports. So intensity of triangular load varies from 0 to 30 kN per meter, and concentrated load 80 kN, and external moment given is anti-clockwise 30 kN per meter. In the first step, as usual, we have to find out the reactions. So here I have found out the reactions using the equilibrium equation. Sigma m is 0. So I am going to consider the moments of all the forces including reactions about the point A, and I am going to equate it to 0. So I am going to get this RB. For example, here at A, if you take the moment of this triangular load, this triangular load can be taken as equal to a concentrated load whose magnitude is equal to area of triangle, and that concentrated load will be acting at the center of gravity of the triangle. So here the total load will be now half into 6 into 30 area of the triangle multiplied by the CG. CG will be here. So at what distance? It is 2/3 of this base. That is 2/3 of 6. That's what I have done here. So half into 6 into 30 into 2/3 of 6. That is the moment of this triangular load about the point A. Then this concentrated load will give a moment of 80 into 6 plus 2, 8 meters. It is also clockwise, therefore it is positive. Then this reaction is giving an anti-clockwise moment RB. So minus RB into distance is 9 meters from A. Then this moment, just we have to consider the moment, don't multiply by the distance. Since it is an anti-clockwise moment given, minus 30 I am going to take because clockwise is positive, and equate it to 0. Solve that, you will get RB as you are getting 107.8 kilonewton. Now the second equilibrium equation is sigma f by 0. Sum of upward forces should be equal to sum of downward forces. So RA plus RB, there the upward forces should be equal to this triangular load which is acting downward half into 6 into 30, and also this 80. So this moment you should not consider when you are writing the force equation. This is the force equation. If you simplify this, you are going to get RA as 62.2 after substituting for RB. So these are the reactions now. 62.2 kN and 107.8 kN, they are the reactions. Now, let us find out the shear forces now. As usual, as in the last problem, the sign convention for finding shear force is, if you are considering left side of the section, upward positive, downward force negative, right side of the section, upward negative, downward positive. Now, let us move from the end A. As you know, here at the end A, you have left and right. So if you take shear force to the left of A, then it is 0 because there is no force if you see to the left of A. But FAR, here if you see to the left side, this reaction is same. That means FAR is nothing but your reaction at A, which is 62.2 kN. Then come to the next point C. So at C, FC, shear force at C, see to the left side, it is 62.2 upwards is positive, minus this triangle load, area of the triangle minus half into 6 into 30. So it comes up to be minus 27.8 kN. Then come to this point D, you have a concentrated load at D. So I have told you at the point where concentrated load is acting, you have two values of shear force, one just to the left, one just to the right. If you take left side of D, shear force is same as whatever you have got at C because there is no force from C to D. So FDL is the same as FC. Same thing, minus 27.8, and FDR, so what you have to do is this minus 27.8, up to this it is okay. Then when you are at this point, if you see the left side, this 80 also you can see, it is left side downward negative, so minus 80, minus 107.8 kN. Then come to this B point B, if you take left side of B, it is the same as right side of D. So last problem also I had explained that FBL is the same as FDR, which is minus 107.8, and FDR at this point, now I can see the right side. I can see the right side. If you do the right side of this, nothing is visible. So nothing is visible, no force is there, only moment is there. Moment you should not consider when you are calculating the shear force. Therefore, if you are seeing to the right side of R, there is no force here, only moment is present. Therefore, the shear force is 0. And when you come to this E, Fe, at E also there is no force. Therefore, it is 0. So these are the values of shear forces. Now, if you plot the values in the diagram, taking positive values above the line, negative values below the line. So at A, you have, it starts from 0 to 62.2. So this value is 62.2. Then at C, it is minus 27.8. So it is below the line, minus 27.8. Then from C to D, there is no force. So it is horizontal. At D, you have a force of 80 km downwards. You have to come down by 80. That means already you have 27.8. You have to come down. So by 80 means it is 107.8. Then from D to B, there is no force. So horizontal. Therefore, there is horizontal. Then at B, you have a reaction of 107.8. So move upwards by 107.8. So it joins this line. Then from B to E, shear force is 0. So you can see that. So from B to E, shear force is 0. So that is how you can plot. Here the value 62.2 here, it has come down to 27.8. That means this difference 62.8 minus 27.8 means it comes out to be 90. The distance between these 2 points is 90. The 90 is nothing but this total triangular load. So half into 6 into 30. Just like UDL, triangular load area of triangle you have to take. The area of triangle gives the total concentrated load. Total load you can say. So from here to here, there is total load of 90. That is represented by this curve. So here, parabola is the profile for the shear force diagram. For a triangular load that I have explained in the earlier class. So this is a parabola from A to C. It is a parabola. Rest of them are straight lines. So this is the shear force diagram. You can observe that at point F, diagram crosses that line. That means shear force is 0 at this point, at F. Now we have to locate that point. At F, shear force is 0. Let the distance AF be equal to x1. Now we know that shear force at F is 0. See to the left side of F. So F is here now. F is here. Now what I have done is, I have taken a triangle like this. Because triangular load, you have to proceed like that. AFC. So I am going to take a triangle like this. X1 is this distance. This is 6 meters. This is 30 km per meter known. This is Y1. This you don't know. But anyway, you can find out that Y1. So using similar triangle principles. So similar triangle principles, respective sides are proportional to each other. Here this bigger triangle and the smaller triangle, both are similar. So what you can write here is this x1 divided by 6 should be equal to y1 divided by 30. If you use that concept, y1 becomes 5 times x1. So this load, whatever is there, that is 5 times x1 here. So this is 5 times x1. Now what you have to do is, we have to write the expression for shear force at F at this point. So now this is actually, this is y1. This is nothing but 5 times x1. Okay. Now here, so if you write the expression for shear force by taking to the left side of the section, so what is the expression that you are going to get? So 62.2, that is the force upwards. So therefore this positive minus whatever UDL, whatever triangular load is there from here to here, from A to here, that is half into x1 into 5x1. Please note that. So this is x1. This is x1. So half into x1 into 5x1. See, I have written here. 62.2 minus half into x1 into 5x1. This should be equal to 0. If you solve this, you will get x1 as 4.99 something. You can take it as 5 meters. So that means if x1 is 5 meters, y1 will be 25. 5 into 5, 25 km per meter. So that means this shear force is 0 at the point F. At that point, you can have a maximum bending moment. You can see, you can calculate the maximum bending moment there itself. So we know that at the point where shear force is 0, bending moment is maximum. Now that means Mmax is nothing but Mf. So what you have to do is, we calculate the bending moment at F. See the left side of this F, upward forces give positive bending moment. You see this is sign convention for bending moment. Downward forces give negative bending moment. That is sagging and hogging. So this is sagging and this is hogging. Now here if you see the left side of that section, left side of the F, so 62.2 into x1. 62.2 into x1 is 5 minus, that is positive because upwards, minus this triangular node gives a negative bending moment because downward force, half into x1 into 5x1. That is half into x1 is 5 into 5x1. 5x1 is 25 into distance. Distance where the triangular node is acting, that distance is nothing but the centroid. Centroid is nothing but x1 by 3, that is 5 by 3. So if you simplify this, you will get 208.3 kN as the maximum bending moment occurring at F. Okay, that value, once you get this x1 value where the shear force is 0, immediately you can find out the maximum bending moment at that point by writing the bending moment expression. Now let us calculate the bending moment at other points. You know that at the end support, simple support A, bending moment is 0 because this is left side of that, nothing is there, no moment is there, no force is there, therefore it is 0. Then you come to C point, point C you come. At C, if you want the bending moment, see the left side, 62.2 into distance is 6 meters. See, I have written here 62.6 into 6. Then minus bending moment due to this triangular node from A to C. From A to C, we have to take half into 60 into 30 is the load into 6 divided by 3. That is from here, centroid will be here. That is 1/3 of 6 meters. 1/3 of 6 means 1 by 3 into 6. So this is the bending moment at C. If you simplify that, you will get 193.2. Then bending moment at D. Bending moment at D you can find out by seeing the right side. So once you move away from left side to right side, then number of forces will be reduced if you take to the right side. Now if the right side also, same sign convention, upward force gives positive moment, downward force negative moment. So if you use that, so MD is nothing but 107.8. See here, I am here now, 107.8 into 1 meter. So that is upward, therefore bending moment is positive. Then this force, this moment, external moment given is like this. So be careful here. Since it is given like this, I am seeing to the right side. Since you are seeing to the right side of the section, so what happens? Right side, this time, see here, sagging, it is giving the sagging. So this you have to understand. Right side you are seeing, right side of the D you are seeing, and right side of D if you are seeing, and the moment, given moment is like this. That means it is sagging. Therefore we have to add that. So this is very important. So you have to add that. So if you add that, 137.8 kN will be get. Then come to this MV. See to the right side once again. If you are seeing to the right side of B, so only this moment is visible. Once again, that moment is giving a sagging effect. Only 30 we have to take. Don't multiply by the distance. Moment we should not multiply by distance because the effect of a moment remains same wherever it acts. Then MEL because external moment is given here. It has got two values of bending moment. One is MEL, one is MER. This MEL is the same as MB, which is 30 only, whereas MER, if you see to the right side of R, nothing is there, therefore it is 0. Last value is 0. That means your bending moment diagram, shear force diagram should close. So it will start from this point, end at this point. Here also, it will start from this point, it will end at this point. Now if you plot the bending moment diagram, at A it is 0, at C it is 193.2, at D it is 137.8, then at B it is 30, at D it is 30. So that means throughout it is subjected to positive bending moment. There is no negative bending moment in this problem. That is why there is no question of point of contraflexion. So in this problem, there is no point of contraflexion because bending moment is not 0 anywhere. So only if the bending moment diagram cuts the horizontal line, at that point you can have 0 bending moment. But in this case, in this problem, it is not there. That's why it is not asked for point of contraflexion, find the maximum bending moment. So maximum bending moment also we have found out. Its value is 208.3 kN at the point F. So that also you have to locate here at the point F, 208.3 kilometer meter is the maximum bending moment. Join this by a cubic parabola. So the profile of bending moment diagram subject when the beam is carrying the triangular load is a cubic parabola. So from A to C, profile of BM is a cubic parabola. So from A to C, profile of SMD is a parabola. So those profiles you should be knowing. So in the earlier lecture, I have explained all those things. So this is another important problem, examination problem. So carrying 12 to 14 marks. So here, first step is to find the reactions, then find out the shear forces using the Zen convention. Then where the shear force is 0, you locate that point by writing the expression of shear force at that point and equating it to 0. Find out the maximum bending moment at that point. Then calculate the bending moment values at the salient points. So please keep that in mind that you have two values of shear force at the point where concentrated load is acting or a reaction is acting. You have two values of bending moment at a point where an external moment is given, one just to the left, another just to the right. So sign conventions, should be careful. And in this example, you don't have any point of contact pressure because the entire beam is subjected to positive bending moment, that is sagging bending moment due to the given loading condition. Thank you.